All right, hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 9 o'clock on the 1st of March, 2021, and we're going to start seeing a drastic change in our weather. You can see the cold front has passed, and temperatures are starting to drop, and winds are starting to pick up. So let's go look at some of the current observations. And you can see already we're seeing wind gusts up to 38 miles an hour at Islip, and even a 49-mile-an-hour wind gust there at, where is that, Seagirt. So winds are starting to pick up, and you're starting to feel that wind chill. Temperatures are dropping into the 30s, and looks like we have a wind chill advisory for parts of New England, it looks like. So let's take a look and see how much rain has fallen. We did get some pretty steady rain this morning. So we're going to go over that. Precipitation, and we're going to go back to the historical here, and we'll set the date to, I'm going to actually set it to Saturday. Let's get that date to Saturday. All right. So let's take a look at the precipitation through Saturday. About a half an inch of rain. So I guess we added a little bit, not last night, but we didn't really get that inch plus. I think that fell more to our south. Yep, it did. You could see the inch plus readings over the southern part of New Jersey, south. Atlantic County, and as it going further south, the tip of New Jersey, you got 1.5 inch amounts there in places in Cape May County. But yeah, we didn't really wind up getting that much rain out of it. So I guess the next thing we'll go over is the climate. The climate advisory. We do wind advisory in effect until 4 p.m. tomorrow. All right, so. Northwest winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with winds gusts up to 55 could be expected. This is from the National Weather Service. Okay, so it could be some scattered power outages and additional problems on the Long Island Railroad. The railroad has created enough of their own problems, but that's another video. Like I said, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get to the climate. I guess we'll see if they even have the climate monthly weather summary issued for Central Park, so we can go over them. Go over the weather for. All right, they did finally put it out for February. So this is the monthly summary for Central Park, and the average we're actually below normal. Average maximum temperature is 38.9. That's a couple of degrees below normal. Normal is supposed to be 4.16. That's 2.7 degrees below normal. The low was 29.4. The average low in Central Park. So we have 28.9 is the average minimum. So actually, it's interesting. At night, we're actually a half degree above normal at Central Park. So it all winds out to be a mean of 34.2 for February. The normal is 35.3, so about a degree, 1.1 degrees below normal. Not dramatically below normal by any means. The amount of precipitation we had was 5.13, not enough to break the record of 6.87. That was set in 1869. Snowfall was 26 inches. Normal is supposed to be 9.2 inches. So well above normal there. 26 inches, wow, 26 inches for the entire month of February at Central Park. That's pretty considerable there. That's pretty remarkable too. And that's 16.8 inches above normal. I don't know what the record most snowfall in the month of February is for Central Park. I don't think we broke it. So that's a look at what things were like in Central Park. Let's go look at Islip. So we'll look at the monthly weather summary for February for Islip. And let's take a look at this. So average maximum at Islip was 38.1. The normal was 40.3, so 2.2 degrees below normal. And in the minimum, here's something, again, very interesting. So the average minimum is 26.4. The normal is 25.2. So we're 1.2 degrees above normal at night. This indicates that we had a lot of cloudy days. That's what it indicates. 32.2 degrees was the mean at Islip. The normal is 32.8, so 0.6 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. It's the first below normal month we had in a while. It's not really that much below normal. Precipitation, 4.21 inches, doesn't even come close to the record of 6.21 set in 2018 at Islip. But it still was a rather wet month because normally we're supposed to be seeing 3.26 inches of rain inches of liquid at Islip. Snowfall total at Islip was 24.9. didn't come close, didn't hit the record. The record was 31.4 set in 2013, but again, all pretty remarkable stuff when you consider it was just a very wet, stormy month, and not that much below normal. A little bit below normal for sure, but not that much below normal. Let's see if the Weather Service has talked about their totals for the month, and they have not. I don't think they have. I have not talked about that. Okay, so that's why we had to go over it. So now let's get to what the weather we're dealing with is right now. So we are going to be dealing with more wind coming into the area, and you'll see why. When we look at the GFS here, we'll just be going over the next 5 days on this weather update, only until the end of next weekend. You'll see here there's tight isobars between this intensifying low right here and the high that's building in. So very strong northwest winds that have developed tonight and will continue through a good part of Tuesday. And we're going to remain in this gusty northwest flow. It's going to feel cold, too, with that wind. The air temperature is going to be below normal, too. And then we have that high crest over us, and you can see that wind. You can see that first storm system get suppressed. Another high builds down for Friday into the weekend, and an extreme suppression of storms. Look at how that storm track is suppressed all the way down to Florida almost. So that's quite an interesting thing. And here we are up to Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so and again, that's all due to the extreme blocking that we have. So when you go to this, you'll see that we have this extreme. Here's that trough, deep trough, and then we're gonna have that. Look at that blocking signature. You can clearly see right there. That continues into the weekend before it lifts out and we start getting into that ridging. So let's go take a look at the Europe. I'm not even going to look at the European. So let's get a closer look at our area here and look at what we're going to be dealing with the temperatures as we head into tomorrow, because it's going to get cold. And we're going to actually look at the HRRR temperatures. I think we have the 0Z run of the HRRR, so we can actually look at that as well. So this is the HRRR temperatures, and you can see that nosedive by morning. Look at that, down to the 20s, and maybe even some teens, especially over Long Island, perhaps. Very cold, and then we do see that recovery with the highs tomorrow over Long Island, probably struggling to reach the 32-degree mark. And if you're in New Jersey, you might make it to the mid-30s, but not as cold already before the night on Tuesday night. High temperatures will probably drop into the mid-20s. We're ready to get into that return flow real quick. It's a really quick shot. And then by Wednesday, we're warmed up back into the 40s again. All right. So that's not at all too bad. Now let's look at the precipitation. See if there's any of these No, there's not going to be any lake effect making it down into our area. Let's go to the wind. This is the next concern here. And you can see here that, I don't know, the HRRR, for whatever reason, has this issue of not wanting to show up high winds over land, but it will be quite windy over land. I don't know why that is. That's an issue with the HRRR. So let me go back to the temperatures, and we'll go to the GFS, and we'll take a look at our temperatures as we go into the rest of the week, and then we're going to talk about this wind that we're going to have to deal with. So cold day tomorrow, blustery day. With strong winds, and then much milder on Wednesday. It's only a one-day shot. But the cold air will be back because another cold front approaches Thursday and then moves through, and then it's another cold day on Friday. They're not quite as brutal with the wind, but it'll still be below normal with highs in the mid-30s. And the same deal for Saturday. Maybe we'll get up to 40 on Saturday, and maybe get back as we warm up as we get into Sunday, back into the mid and upper 40s. The normal high is supposed to be in the mid-40s. So it will warm up as we get into next week, March 8th, where it looks like it could be nearing 50 degrees again. So let's go take a look at the weather. And I don't really see much weather going on. As you can see here, everything is kind of suppressed to the south. So we're not really going to see anything. We're in a nice dry pattern for once, which is great. So we're finally going to be in a dry pattern, which is something we haven't had in a while, right? So it'll be nice. So let's go take a look at the skies. And this is tomorrow's and the GFS. You can see some clouds maybe to the north and west of New York City. But I think we'll have a good deal of sunshine tomorrow. I think it'll be a mostly sunny day despite the wind. Wednesday, maybe some high clouds in the mix. Probably won't be as nice and clear, especially with those warmer temperatures. But Thursday, looks like just a few clouds. Friday, we're clear. Saturday, we may have some clouds. And Sunday we may have some clouds, but that's already a ways out. I don't really like running the cloud model that far out because out that far it's just not that accurate. Let's go to the NAM here, and this is the NAM here. So the NAM is you can see here on the NAM that really it's maybe got a few clouds over Long Island. And maybe a few. I mean, it's just not showing up much. I think that maybe a few scattered clouds, but I think it'll be plenty of sunshine. It's just going to be really windy and cold with that wind chill. And then Wednesday will be milder, but I don't know if the sky will be as nice. Though it looks like right now we're going to have some fairly clear skies on Wednesday too. Right now, that's what it's looking like. I can look at the RGEM as well. RGEM model here. And you can see, again, not much in the way of clouds at all tomorrow. It's developing like a little area of clouds that moves over Long Island overnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday. But then that's out of here for Wednesday, and we would have another clear day on Wednesday. And then Thursday, a few clouds, but really just not that much in the way of cloudiness. So it looks like I said, we're in a nice dry pattern, although we have some cold days, tomorrow being the worst of them. It shouldn't be at all too bad. So let's shift our focus over to the winds now. And let's go to the wind. So here's the wind, and you can see those strong winds, this GFS here. You can see, though, the worst of the wind, the winds are going to be worse on Long Island. If you're in New Jersey, it won't be quite as bad. And that's it, just one day dealing with the winds. So it won't be too bad. But the winds we will be dealing with will be pretty bad. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is the European model and the wind forecast as we go into and I'm just going to put this up to wind gusts so you get an idea of what kind of wind gusts we're going to deal with as we head toward around midnight, because things are going to start picking up with the wind gusts, and you can see wind gusts nearing 50 miles an hour, particularly over Suffolk County. If you're further west over New Jersey, you'll have wind gusts closer to 40. And 6 a.m., here's 6 a.m., you can see some pretty bad wind gusts over Long Island, 48 miles an hour. Jersey, not dealing with too much in the way of bad wind gusts. Let's move it over to 11 a.m. And you can see, again, that it's Long Island that's getting the brunt of the wind, and New Jersey isn't. But if you look at those air temperatures, they're only in the 20s. But there'll still be wind gusts up to 36 miles an hour. I mean, it's still, but not as bad. You see Long Island's definitely getting worse in the way of wind here. In the afternoon, wind gusts still over 40, whereas if you're in Jersey, wind gusts are more like 35 miles an hour. And temperatures will be a little colder over Long Island, perhaps, than New Jersey. Long Island could struggle to make 32, but I think Tom's River, I think most of New Jersey, up to maybe even New York City, should make at least the freezing mark. And the winds finally start relenting as we head into the evening tomorrow night. But these winds could be strong, and they could cause some scattered problems and power outages, but I don't expect any major damage from these winds. After all, there are no leaves on the trees, and the wind gusts are, the worst of it is going to be, you have to go out over Montauk. That's where you start seeing some of the really strong winds that are over 50 miles an hour. But I think for most of us, we're just going to be dealing with some minor wind issues, so just tie up any loose objects or anything like that. That's going to be it for this weather update, and I don't think I'll be doing one tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be doing one tomorrow, and maybe for the next couple of days I just take a break. I'll see how I feel, because right now it's just everything going on is just a little too overwhelming. So thank you for watching, and take care.